morning and welcome to Living Local 15. I'm your host, Jessica Williams. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's Monday, so you already know it's time. We kick it off with some motivation. Here's the quote. Your self-worth is determined by you. You don't have to depend on someone telling you who you are. Remember, your value isn't something that can be handed to you or taken away by anyone else. It's something you claim for yourself. Too often we seek validation from others, their approval, their attention, their praise. But when your self-worth is based on external opinions, it becomes fragile, shifting depending how people treat you or what they say. True confidence comes when you realize that you define who you are, not your past, not your mistakes, and certainly not anyone else's opinion. You are worthy because you simply exist. Your experiences, your heart, your vision, they all matter. Don't wait for someone else to recognize your value before you do. Stand in your truth. Own your story. The moment you stop needing someone else's permission to believe in yourself, is the moment that everything begins to change. It's a beautiful moment. Now on to the show. First up, we are kicking off a new month. Can you believe that it's already October? Man, well, there are so many events happening around Fort Wayne, and Visit Fort Wayne is here to give us the rundown about events, festivals, and all the fun happening around the fort. Then it's Money Monday with Foster Financial, and Caleb joins me to break down the recent interest rate cuts and how they can impact you directly. And later I chat with CitiLink, Fort Wayne's top public transportation, and they are so excited to tell us about their new app, making it easier for commuters. Are you ready? Let's get started.
Fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
Fall is officially here, and it's time to transition into a brand new month. I cannot believe this. October is actually here. And joining me today is Erin Okeson, who is the digital content manager with Visit Fort Wayne, to share with us all of the exciting things that's happening around the fort. Hey there, Erin.
Hello. Thanks for having me.
Yes. Every time you come in, I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a new month.
I know, it seems to fly by, but
it flies by so fast. And now, I mean, we're actually keeping some of the nice temperature, you know, as we're cruising into fall. It's not too chilly yet.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, so there's still like outdoor fun that we can have around the city. So tell me what's going on in October that people can have fun doing.
Okay, there are so many events happening in October. It was so hard to narrow it down, but we're going to kick things off with one of our October favorites every year. It's Fright Night in downtown Fort Wayne. So this is coming up on October 18th, and it's a full day of Halloween fun in downtown Fort Wayne. So the main event is the zombie walk at 3 o'clock. So you can dress up, you know, as a ghost, a zombie, a superhero, whatever you like, and join the fun and parade through the streets of downtown. It's a very slow moving parade, but it's so much fun to be a part of. But then there are great activities and events throughout the day. So for kids, there's Fright Night trick-or-treating. You can go to the Botanical Conservatory for their pumpkin path display, enjoy Mad Science Day at Science Central. And then for our older participants, especially as we get into the evening, you can enjoy lots of great events. So Rocky Horror Picture Show at the Botanical Conservatory, some spooky themed cocktails at different bars throughout downtown. So there are just so many great events going on for Fright Night, so you won't want to miss it.
Yes, that sounds like a full day of fun.
Yes.
And so it's kicking off in the morning, right? And just activities throughout the day.
Yes.
Is it encouraged to be in costume throughout the entire day?
It definitely adds to the fun, and pretty much everybody dresses up, it feels like. So you will want to be a part of that.
Yeah, you talked about how slow the parade was. It's because you got to get your slow zombie walk on. Start practicing that at home. Okay, what else is happening?
Okay, so one of our other favorites this time of year is Wild Zoo Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
So fall is a great time to go to the zoo. So as the temperatures start to cool a little bit, some of the animals actually get more active, which is really fun. Yeah. But then they also do Wild Zoo Halloween, which is some merry, not scary fun, they like to say. So It's great if you've got young ones especially. Kids can dress up in their costumes, come out for some spooky animal enrichment. There's going to be fun, games, treats, and then they're going to have some special themes each weekend. So you're going to enjoy Pirates and Princesses or Tractor Harvest Weekend and some Merry Monsters to wrap up the month. So different themes every weekend, but Wild Zoo Halloween every weekend through October.
Okay, perfect. I love that. All right, so if someone is interested maybe for a little bit of music, do we have any concerts? I know we're always having something.
Yes, we have actually a great lineup of concerts coming this month. So Allie and AJ are coming to the Clyde Theater. Modest Mouse will be here. That's going to be a great show. The Mercy Beatles, if you are a Beatles fan. You can also head to the zoo for Rock and Roar for Wild Zoo Halloween. So this is their 21 and over event, and it happens at night. Rides are included in admission. You can dress up in your costume that night for Rock and Roar during Wild Zoo Halloween, but that one's always a really fun night as well with some live music.
You know, the zoo, our zoo here is so big. You don't realize it until you walk in, because I did this exploration of it. We did an episode on the show, and I was like, wow, you just keep going back further and further to a point that I didn't even see the rides. I did the whole, what is it called when you're strapped in and you're walking?
Oh, the
tightrope
bamboo
or the
forest.
Yeah,
the ropes course.
The ropes course. Did that.
Oh, yeah.
Very high up. So beautiful. But I didn't see rides, so now you have to just keep going back to experience something new.
Yes, and they just keep adding more. So rides are so fun, and it's really fun that they're included in Rock and Roar admission. So
what else is happening?
Okay, well, if you're looking for something indoor, maybe you can head to the Fort Wayne Museum of Art for their Dia de los Muertos exhibition.
Yes, okay.
So they do this every year, and it's really a community-centered exhibition. So it really celebrates the Mexican tradition of Dia de los Muertos, or Day of the Dead, which honors and celebrates the memories of deceased loved ones and ancestors. So it's going to feature a memorial altar that's going to have lots of sugar skulls, colorful tissue paper banners. It's going to have monarch butterflies. It's just beautiful, and what it represents is just amazing. So they do this every year, but if you haven't been, I highly encourage you to go enjoy that this month.
Yeah, that is interesting, just to learn about a different culture, how they celebrate.
Yes.
And you're right, it is an annual thing. Okay, so what about if someone wants a little live entertainment? What's happening on the play and Broadway stage?
Yeah, so we have lots of great performances, again, coming up this month. So if you're looking for something maybe spooky, there are definitely options out there for you. But Broadway at the Embassy returns this month with Mrs. Doubtfire. So that's going to be a lot of fun at the Embassy Theater. But yes, be sure to check out the schedule for lots of our different local theater companies as well that are putting on some great shows.
It's so many. It's like people don't realize how much live performance is available. I mean, from the Civic Theater, the Children's, theater, Youth Theater, Summit City, just all of the places that put on these fabulous shows, like top level, the ballet and all this kind of stuff. So there's shows happening every weekend. So it's so important to get out, go down and try out the food around the city, right? And then go to a show. Yes. Okay. Anything else that we're missing? I know there's so many. Anything else you want to sneak in?
Okay. Just a couple other fall harvest highlights. Okay, so if you're looking for those fall harvest festivities, the Keener Dairy Fall Festival, this is always a great time. They have a 6-acre corn maze. They have lots of activities for the whole family to enjoy, and of course some farm animals to see. And then the Solomon Farm Fall Harvest Festival coming up October 10th and 11th. So you can experience life on a farm for 2 days. And again, see those farm animals, enjoy those hay rides, and just see what life is like on the farm.
Amazing. Okay, say the first name again of that farm.
Yes, the Keener Dairy Fall Festival.
Keener. Okay, so the first year I was here, visited that, and I saw the largest pumpkin ever. Like, I sat on top of it. It was so big. I was like, what kind of pumpkins are being made in Indiana? It's so cool. So you have to go and see it.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, awesome. Well, thank you so much, Erin. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Okay, take a little bit more time before you come see me again. Can't have October going by too fast. And if you would like more information about Visit Fort Wayne, we'll have their website listed below. It is a great resource to see everything that's happening around town, from restaurants to go to, places to shop, and events that are happening. You can go ahead and make your little schedule to enjoy outside in the fall with your family here in Fort Wayne. And I'll see you after the break.
Have an idea for the show? Want to find out how you can be a guest? Contact us at livinglocal15@wayne.com.
This segment sponsored by Foster Financial. Welcome to Money Monday with Foster Financial. And today I'm speaking with Caleb Doan, their vice president, about some very interesting things that's happening in the market right now. Hey there, Caleb.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
Good. Okay, so you said it. You said it one of the last times you were on that, you think that there's going to be an interest rate cut happening soon.
Yeah.
Okay. And guess what, guys? It's happened. How did you know?
Yeah, exactly. Well, the market kind of has some predictions sort of built in, so you can tell with a certain level of certainty what you're expecting there. But I think a lot of people are wondering, hey, if I didn't do something before the rates were cut,
right,
and they were cut in September by 1/4 percentage point, the expectation is that there still will be at least another rate cut by the end of the year. That can always change, but people are wondering, hey, if I didn't do something ahead of time, is it too late to make a change? And it's definitely not. So, people still have the ability to make the necessary changes to kind of protect their portfolio or set themselves up for success, especially if they have a lot of money in cash, CDs, or high yield savings accounts. Those are kind of some of the accounts that we see that might need the most significant changes as rates get cut.
Okay, got it. And can you break down what exactly is an interest rate cut? Like, where does it come from, and what does it mean for us as individuals?
Yeah. So it comes from the Fed. So Jerome Powell is chairman of the Fed right now. So he lowered interest rates by 1/4 point, and that really trickles down through the rest of the economy. So that usually impacts the rates that you can get on CDs, your high yield savings account, your savings, your regular savings account at your bank, mortgage rates, car loans. It really impacts everything across the board. And if people are used to getting high rates on their CDs or their high yield savings accounts, those can start to get lowered. And so as that happens, we start to think, okay, is there either a way for us to lock in these nice interest rates, these high interest rates, for a longer period of time before they get cut again? Or do we start to look at maybe increasing the risk a little bit, maybe going into the stock market with some of the money? It's not as safe as what a CD is, but over time, depending on what somebody's time horizon is, they might be able to earn a little bit more than what they would in the CDs, especially as rates go down.
Okay, and so since this has happened a little bit later in 2025, what happens to the beginning of the year? Does it kind of activate the interest, or does it really start now?
Yeah, it starts right now, right when they lower it, which was mid-September is when they lowered the interest rates. It takes place right now. But people might not feel the impact until maybe a CD comes due. So maybe they bought a CD or got into a CD 6 months ago, and it was a 1-year CD. They got it for 4%. Maybe that CD isn't renewing for another 6 months. By the time that CD renews, the bank might say, hey, I know you got 4% before, we're only going to give you 3.5% now.
Okay.
And so people really might not feel it for a little while, and it's still a perfect time to start making some of those changes. So if you're somebody with a lot of money in cash, a high yield savings account, or CDs, now's the time to start talking to a financial advisor to see what could be done for your specific situation.
So with the rate cut going down, does that apply to the example that you gave where right now they could be sitting at 4%, but next time they renew it, it will be for lower?
Yeah, that's typically what we see.
So that means it's a negative, the rate cut is negative on the sense of you don't yield as much in your savings, but it's a positive when it comes to lending.
Right.
You'll get a better rate.
Yeah, that's typically the case. So like with mortgage rates, if we were to see rates continue to go down, we would expect to see mortgage rates follow that too. Now, it's not always perfect. It doesn't always immediately go down right away. Sometimes companies are expecting, rates to maybe stay the same or maybe even go up in the future. But typically, if the Fed lowers interest rates, then we see those mortgages follow that too.
And once it's lowered, about how long does it stay at this level before they reassess if they need to raise it or lower it again?
Yeah, they meet, every month or every couple months to talk about changing the interest rates. And really the Fed is trying to keep a few different things in tolerance. They want to keep inflation low and they want to keep Americans employed. So those are kind of the two things that they're balancing there. If they lower the interest rates, sometimes that can cause people to spend a little bit more money. They're taking on more debt because it's cheaper to do so. that can have an impact on inflation and make it go up. But then usually it helps the other side of the equation. So they're kind of balancing those two things to try to make sure everything looks good. And that's why, it's a tough job at the Fed right now, because they want to make sure Americans stay employed, they want to keep unemployment low, and at the same time they want to keep inflation low too.
Yeah, and it doesn't help the pressure that they are receiving from the White House. It doesn't make their job any easier. So if someone's just now learning about this rate cut, how can they still take advantage of it? Because you said it's not too late.
Right, yeah, it's not too late. I would say give us a call. There are plenty of options. One of the options that we look at is getting into what's called a MYGA, a multi-year guaranteed annuity, and that can lock in the interest rate for a longer period of time. A CD might only lock it in for a year. A MYGA could lock it in for longer, and you get that guaranteed interest. Once you get into it, the interest rate won't change. So even if the Fed lowers interest rates, doesn't matter because you've locked it in early. Another option could be starting to go into the stock market, possibly. That depends on what somebody's time horizon is. It depends on their risk tolerance. Obviously, a CD is much more conservative than the stock market, but moving money into the stock market can be good for some folks depending on their current situation. So there's a lot of options that we can use. Everyone's going to have an individual customized plan. So the first step is just reaching out, taking advantage of our complimentary consultation that we have with clients. So if you're somebody with a lot of money in cash, CDs, high yield savings accounts, give us a call and we can see.
All right, awesome. Thank you, Caleb.
Yeah, thank you.
And if you would like more information about Foster Financial, there are so many options that Caleb just laid out. It only takes you making a phone call to chat about them. And we'll also have their website listed below, and I'll see you after the break. This segment sponsored by Foster Financial.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
This segment sponsored by CitiLink. CitiLink is Fort Wayne's bus system. They offer transportation throughout the week, Monday through Saturday, on 14 fixed routes. And they also offer 2 deviation routes. And joining me today is their marketing specialist, Jill Kreider. Hello, Jill.
Hi,
welcome
how are
back.
you? Nice to see you.
Yes. Okay, so you all came with some very exciting news that will really change the lives of people who utilize CitiLink.
Absolutely.
So what is it?
So we have a new real-time bus tracking system. Yay!
Yay!
So a lot of our riders know that we used to have a bus tracking system, and that system, sunset is what we call it. So that means that the company left. And so we've been without real-time bus tracking for a few months, but we have a nice new system, super efficient, super effective, 100% working. It's fantastic. But our riders can now see in real time where their bus is. They can sign up to get alerts if their bus is 10 minutes away, 5 minutes away. If the route that they're on is on detour, they will be able to plan their trip more effectively, efficiently, and help optimize their day so they can get to where they need to go.
Yes, that's so smart. Like just being able to see and to track it, because you always hear of people like, oh, I missed the bus. Oh, running towards the bus.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, oh, no. But now they have that opportunity to see it in their hands.
Exactly.
Because it's an app, right?
Yes. So the app is called Transit. It's available on both Google and iPhone. So people just have to go and download Transit. And when they download the app on their smartphone, all they have to do is search for their nearby system and it'll pop up CitiLink and they're ready to go.
Yeah.
It's lovely.
That is. Okay, give us a little background, a little history about CitiLink. Of course, so many people see the beautiful buses driving by because not only are they all just really nice and presentable, you have extra artsy features on several of them that I love to see when I drive by them.
I love that you love them. So CitiLink is Fort Wayne's Public Transportation Corporation, so we're available to everybody in the public. We always tell people, you know, if you don't ride, you probably care about those who do.
Yeah.
And so the buses it's available for everybody. It doesn't matter what walk of life you're from. We can get you everywhere and help link you to life. So we get people to work, to school, doctor's appointments, the grocery store, help them access the things that they need to live a full, enriched life, which is absolutely wonderful.
And yes, those buses that you've talked about. So we, of course, have our Rosa Parks bus, which most of our people know. We've also got our train bus, which is my personal favorite because we have a train horn on it. You'll hear our drivers at Central Station honking it, and the kids love it, but I think honestly the adults love it more at this point. But what we're just trying to do at CitiLink right now is make sure that we can serve everybody in our community the best possible way that we can.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that you all have some core principles, or what you all call Bill of Rights, for your passengers, whether it's safety, innovation, just being able to provide that comfortable space. Talk about that for me, because I know it's more than just providing transportation to you guys.
Yeah, so one of our catchphrases that we have is that we are more than a bus. We're aiming to provide a dignified experience for everybody here in town who is riding the bus. So we want people to feel safe, we want them to feel comfortable, we want them to feel protected as they're able to get to the services that they need to be able to live a good, rich, fulfilled life here in town. And so we're aiming to constantly go above and beyond, not just for our own team, but for everybody in the community. Even if we're not currently serving you, we may serve you someday, or you may need to rely on our services down the line. So we just want to make sure that we're able to take care of everybody in every aspect.
Yeah, I love that. Okay, well now you are with this new app that's coming out. It is available now.
It is available now. You can download it. You can save your spaces that you want to go to. And if you don't have a smartphone available, you can give our customer service team a call and they can help walk you through where you need to go.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, Jill. And if you would like more information about CitiLink, we'll have their website listed below. Remember, the new app is called Transit, and it is available on Apple and on Android Google Store. And I'll see you after the break. This segment sponsored by CitiLink.
Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group.
Well, that's our show for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed it. And remember, you can always catch up on episodes and segments of Living Local 15 by going to WANE.com, downloading the WANE app, and also checking us out on YouTube. And I'll leave you with this. Your self-worth is determined by you. You don't have to depend on someone telling you who you are. I hope you have an amazing Monday, and I look forward to seeing you here tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Content segments during today's Living Local 15 were paid for by these sponsors.